unexpected bonus, Craig, picking up the minor premiership tonight. It was a nice way to finish the week.
Yeah, it was unexpected, I suppose, but the Raiders done us a little favour earlier in the day, so we were aware that we could wrap up a top 2 spot tonight, so that was. But with all due respect, we didn't hardly talk about that during the week. We sort of, I think, mentioned early in the week, and then it was all about Nasser's 200th and Wish, playing his 50th game in first grade for the Storm. So that's what it was mainly about, and we sort of knew before the game that we were playing for the minor premiership, and we still didn't mention it before the game. It got mentioned at half time, and just keep the foot on the pedal and go from there. So like I say, it was, the most pleasing thing obviously is the performance. We didn't start too well, to be quite honest, and soaked up a bit of pressure, and then we come back from that. So guys did a great job, and as I said, there was a little bonus there at the end of it with the minor premiership.
What does it mean to the group to win a minor premiership, like for you and for the boys as well?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you have to. Sorry, you have to ask each individual, but for me, it's a pretty big thing. I think the minor premiership's a little bit understated or underrated. Sort of look at it I'll probably look at it in a real simplistic way. In that, to be the minor premier, you've got to be the best. Basically more wins than anybody else. So you be the best team for the whole year for 27 weeks, whatever it is. But to be the competition winner, you've probably only got to be the best team for 4 weeks. You need to get there, obviously. You need to be one of the best teams. But, so I think it's a little bit underrated, understated. But having said that, by Tuesday, everyone would have forgot who won the minor premiership, and then we just sort of bat on the next couple of games, and then hopefully do well in the finals.
Does this change your approach to the next 2 games?
It will. Yeah, without a doubt. So we'll be doing some resting this week. We might even do a little bit in the last game too. I don't know, but certainly this week we got a 5-day turnaround into our longest trip of the season, and the team we're playing has had the bye. So so we'll be resting a few players this week, and sometimes I don't think that's a real good look for the competition, but we've got to do what we think's right for us, and we'll do that.
Right, the spine's really ticking at the moment. Is that do you think about even keeping them together for the last 2 games?
Oh yeah, you'd probably like to, to keep it going, but there's chances of injury, and we're like I say, it's a long trip to Townsville and then come back again. So, and probably we'll be playing in conditions that we're not used to playing in. So, I think, we'll obviously play a couple of them. Munster hasn't played a lot this year. Perhaps missed a bit at the start. So, again, we'll take the opinions of each individual as well. But Harry's played a whole heap of footy this year. Hughesy's played a whole heap of footy, so you'd like to think. Well, my original thought is to rest them, but having said that, they've got to have a say in that as well. And all the players that we are thinking of resting, they will have a say in it.
Harry, you came off like 15 minutes to go. Did you have a groin issue, or was it just for a rest for yourself, or?
Yeah, it was just more precautionary and a rest. I knew the time of the game, and I was pretty comfortable with our team, so sort of let the physio know. Everyone gets little niggles throughout a game, so and he just said, let's just pull it. So that's all from me.
Aaron, Craig said you have to ask the individuals as to what a minor premiership means. So what does it mean to you as a player and a leader?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. I think as a player, as a team, we should take a lot of belief and confidence out of that. Like Bells has said, to win games week in, week out, and finish on top of the ladder. And then there's still two games spare, so 2 games to go. So we should take a lot of confidence out of that as a playing group. We've used, I think it's 27 or 28 players throughout the course of the season, and with the resting, there might be more players getting used. So that's a plus for our squad. It shows the depth of our squad, and the people that are just buying into the way Bells are coaches with being a Melbourne Storm player, working hard, and that's been over the last couple of years. So it does mean a lot. But I think the positive thing too is we've locked in 2 home finals. Our members and fans, you've seen what it was like out there tonight. They get right behind us, and for us, Amy Park is such a good place to play. So, to give them another two games here in the finals, it's I'm looking forward to that.
You mentioned the 27, 28 players that you've used. I mean, today you had the full-strength spine. You've had that sort of sporadically throughout the season. How much better can this team get in that for the finals?
Yeah, well, that's on us as players to take ownership, take accountability of where we want to go with it, what we want to do, and how important it is to us over the next 6 weeks. I think, we've definitely had some good conversations as a spine and starting to play some footy, but there's still plenty to work on for us. So that's going to come down to conversations and trying to fast track that. But I think there's a lot of talk about the spine, but you got to also give credit to our whole squad, all our players. I think our ruck's doing a tremendous job. Our back rowers have been awesome, and you just got guys that are slotting in, playing their role. So that's a positive for us going into the finals.
Harry, talking about buying in, what have you made of the growth of Jack Howarth? He's really kicked on this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Howie's probably a prime example of that. I think he probably got challenged at the start of the year, and these things happen in a team, and he just went back and worked really hard. Didn't kick stones, just wanted to earn the trust and respect of players and coaches, and I think he's done that. I think he's really doing the little things well in our system, and that's what we want. And I think the one thing with Howie over the last few years, he hasn't really played too much footy. He hasn't really trained too much throughout pre-season, so that was probably working against him. And this year he had his best pre-season. He's managed his body well. He's stayed fit and healthy, and as a team, we're seeing the benefits of it now.
And Craig.
Nelson spent a fair bit of time on the exercise bike, but he certainly capped his 200th with a great moment.
Yeah, obviously, it was great to see him score that try, and he's been a very valuable member of this team, of this club, for a long period of time, and we wanted to celebrate that occasion tonight, and I think we did. Again, we didn't have the best start to the game, so we probably done a little bit more defending than what we should have if we didn't. Bit of ill discipline, and I think we only completed one of our 4 first sets, so he was puffing a little bit, so he probably come off a little bit earlier than what we thought. But just getting him back on there, and he had a slight injury too. He was limping when he come off, so we just thought we'd get him back on for the last 15 minutes, and obviously, he was keen as to go back on. So, there's some important games ahead of us. So we just thought, that was the best way to handle it.
What was the knock on his leg?
Yeah, I haven't actually, all I heard, what was the matter with his leg, and he said, "Oh no, he'd be right to go back on." So I'm not quite sure what it was, but as you see, when he come off, he was limping off. So I didn't know whether he'd sort of end up going back on. So we'll check the medical record, when we go back in, and then go from there.
You broke the record for the most line breaks in a game, with 16, and Do you feel like maybe, I think like Ali Katoa is now level with Paps for your leading try scorers, like the threats that you have across the park now is sort of the difference in this team?
Oh yeah, you always want threats all over, if you can. But Ellie's been like that all year, though. Like at the end of the day, I don't know. We're just starting to take notice of him now, but you go back, he has been consistent. I mean, consistently good all year. And he's not just a big guy that winds up and runs at little blokes. He's good, and chasing kicks and competing for them, and really good defensive player, really smart defensive player. So nothing he's done this year has really surprised us, because we've seen some of that last year, but certainly this year is he's probably got a lot more consistent. He's fitting in with the players he fits in with here. But I don't know whether there's a better player in that position in the competition this year. I think he's been consistent. You can talk about consistent, but he's been really high rate consistent. And like I say, whatever he did there tonight, it was just what he's been doing. I think he got a little bit kick happy when he went to the centres, so we mightn't put him in the centres anymore. But at the end of the game, but like I say, he's a real talent besides being such a hard worker, and he's very much valued here.
And just one on Hughesy, like he continues to deliver week on week, and he's really been like, given the spine has been in and out like a bit. He seems to be the linchpin of what's held it all together all the way through, and he continues to impress, I suppose, each week.
Yeah, I don't think he's missed a game this year, Hughes. So, has he? Oh, sorry. I just got, what's the name of that, in the earpiece, he's missed a couple. But, obviously with, Munster missed the fair chunk, and perhaps, wasn't around much early. So, Harry and Hughesy, have really, taken the reins there. Wish was playing, in the sixth jumper early in the season and doing a great job. And, when Harry wasn't there a little bit, Bronson Garley come in and done a good job. And, Sewell played a little bit of fullback as well. So, like I say, it's Hughes and Harry have been I suppose the stability of our spine. But, the other two have done a great job since they come back, and they do a lot of thinking about their footy too. It's just not they go out there each week and just see what they play what they see, but they communicate a lot, and that's great to see. And half coach themselves at times, So like I say, they've been great for our team this year.
Missed the Knights.
The what?
He missed the Knights.
Oh, did he?
And we lost.